And welcome back, YouTube. This is Booster Box Buster here with another Wildcard Wednesday. Today's video is a little bit different, as I'm going to be sharing with you a very large Yu-Gi-Oh! Individual cards purchase from the website Troll and Toad. Now, I'm doing this pretty much to help complete my Yugioh Zexal collection, as a lot of these cards are actually going for really good prices, and I thought it would just kind of help fill a lot of holes in the binder that I currently have. Now, before we get started with the good stuff, I do want to share some common and normal rare cards that I did actually need. And these are the following. We got Confronting the Sea. I did not own this card. From the Judgment of the Light set. Brotherhood of the Fire Fist, Kirin. The Synchro Summon from Judgment of Light as well. The Blackwing Glidus, the Midnight Sun. That is from Cosmo Blazer. These are a couple of commons that I actually did not own. Dice Nide from Cosmo Blazer, and Humble Sentry from Abyss Rising. The Humble Sentry, in my opinion, is an absolutely terrible card, and I'm kind of surprised I did not pull one in the entire booster box that I opened of it. Literally, the effect is reveal your hand, which gives no advantage whatsoever to you. Then choose one card from your hand and shuffle it into your deck. Please tell me if there's a good combo to use with this card, because as far as I can tell, it's just negative 10 ways to Sunday. And I did get a couple of extra copies of these, considering I did not get any of them in the previous booster box, just to kind of have, in case I ever need one in the future. So that's, and they were like 20 cents a piece, so can't go wrong with that. Alright, so with that out of the way, let's get into the good stuff. First up here, we're going to be taking a look at the set Shadow Spectre. All these cards are super rare and above from the Shadow Spectre set. And the first card that I bought was Labradite Dragon. This is a normal monster that is also a tuner, and I absolutely love normal monsters. So this was a bonus treat, and it's actually kind of expensive for normal monsters, like $1.50, $2. And then we got the Bujin Mekazuchi. The Bujin Mekazuchi. That is an ultra rare. Shadow Vampire. I was really excited to get this one. The price finally came down on it, and I was excited. That is a secret rare. Pot of Dichotomy? Not quite sure how to say that last word. This card was always kind of expensive, but it finally came down in price once other better cards in the Pot of Greed style line came out. Noble Knight of High Landslyon. Very awesome secret rare. And Kidmodo Dragon. A super cute dragon monster. When I went through the site, my goal was to kind of go $3 and under. If I could find, and I had a set limit, I was like, once I hit that limit, I'm not spending any more. And basically, like I said, my goal was $3 under per card. If it was more than $3, if it was very close to 3, I would consider it. If it was more than 3, I would just Like if it was like 5 plus, I'd be like, nope, I'll get it eventually, but not now. Which is a shame because I really, really wanted Big Eye, but Big Eye is still going for some money, so that was a bit unfortunate. Now this particular one is called Abyss Rising, so all these following cards are from Abyss Rising, super rare and up. The first card is number C32, Shark Drake Vice. Shark Drake Vice. And then we have One-Eyed Skill Gainer, super rare. Heroic Champion, Gandaiva. Empress of Prophecy, Bubble Bringer, Memory of an Adversary, Retort, Spellbook Library of the Heliosphere, Attack the Moon. Now this card, I absolutely love the flavor because it's a throwback to the Yu-Gi-Oh anime in which Giant Soldier of Stone lifted up his sword, destroyed the moon, and it was just a lot of fun. And Thunder Seahorse Dragon, secret rare. Alright, so we're going to move on to the next set, which just happens to be Judgment of the Light. Now, if I remember correctly, this set, there was one card I really wanted, but he's still going for quite a bit of money, so I did not pick him up. And I will let you know that in a second. We got Bujin Yamato, Mecha Phantom Beast, Blue Impala, just one, yep. The Masked Chameleon, Mecha Phantom Beast, Concorduda, it's basically a Concord and Barracuda combined, Mist Bird Colosseus. This is Amadeus, Keeper of the Boundary, secret rare. Very lovely art. I really like this art on this particular card. The Bujin T, Susanoo, Herald of Pure Light. Very cool card. Fire Formation Yoko. Transmodify. Trap Tricks, Trap Hole Nightmare. I was very happy to get this card. Not a very common card. A lot of places were kind of sold out on this for whatever reason. I don't know if somebody's trying to do a buyout or if it's just a card that people don't want to sell or trade. But yeah, not a very easy card to find. And the Trap Tricks line I know is pretty popular, and I really love the image on this card. You know, the big spider web type thing going on here. Just a very how would I say it? Like trap tricks card, you know, it's very tricky. It's very, they laid the trap, they set it, and then it went off. It's very Halloween-esque. I like it. Shape Sister. I believe this was the Trap Monster card. Mecha Phantom Beast, Arrow Gwyn. Cock-a-doodly-doo! Love that card. Angel of Zera, XYZ Encore, and Fire King Avatar Yaksha. Of course, the card that I would have loved to get, because I don't actually own a copy, would have been Dracosac, but he's still going for a fair bit of money, so I left him on the cutting room floor at this particular time. We're going to take a look at this small stack here quick. This is a Galactic Overlord. I only got a few cards, so Card-D, a card that I've always wanted, but just never got around to getting. Photon Strike Bouncer, and Trial and Tribulation. You know what? Just for fun, we're going to take a look at this card. You can only activate one Trial and Tribulation per turn. During the end phase of this turn, this card was activated. Apply the effect depending on the number of monsters you attributed on the field and from your hand this turn, except tokens. So, one tribute, you draw one card, which is always useful. Two tributes, add two monsters from your graveyard to your hand, which is not bad in particular decks. And 3+ tributes destroy up to 3 face-up cards on the field. Now, if it wasn't limited to just face-up cards, if it just said destroy 3 cards on the field, that would be very impressive. But since it's limited to face-up, that does limits its appeal a little bit. The draw power is always nice because there's a lot of cards that you can tribute and bring back quickly, and then you could just kind of constantly do it, and every turn you can draw a card, an extra card I should say, in addition to any other type of cards that you may have. So I always thought that this card could be kind of fun to try and build a deck around, so I might do that sometime in the future. Alright, so we move on to the next set. That being Return of the Duelist. Now this set also had a card that I really wanted, but once again it's going for still quite a bit of money, so I left it on the cutting room floor. Number 33, Chronomically, Machu Mech. Spellbook of Life. Blue Dragon Ninja, very cool. I love the ninja cards, so this was a very nice addition. And Advanced Dark. I always heard this card was pretty good. So let's take a quick look. It is that equip? Is that a field? I think it's a field spell card. So all Crystal Beast monsters on the field and in the graveyard become dark if Rainbow Dragon or Rainbow Dark Dragon attacks. Negate the effects of the attack target during that battle phase. During the damage calculation, if a Crystal Beast monster you control battles and you would take damage, you can send one Crystal Beast monster from your deck or graveyard. You can take no battle damage from the battle. So basically, if you're doing a Crystal Beast deck, this card could be pretty good. Or if Rainbow Dragon ever becomes a really big problem again, this card could also be pretty good as a field spell. I've never played Crystal Beast, so that card is obviously not for me, but I've heard that it used to be a pretty powerful card at one point in time. So up next we have number 17, the Leviathan Dragon. This is, oh by the way, all this is from Generation 4, the very first Zexal set. This card got a lot of popularity for a little while. Levar, the Sea Dragon. Wind-Up Factory, Orient Dragon, and Elemental Hero Nova Master. Very nice hero card. With all that said, we have one, or technically 2 stacks left to check out. Alright, and this particular set should be Cosmo Blazer. Yes, Cosmo Blazer. So, our first card is the Super Rare Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Snake. I believe the Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Dragon, that was the other one I was missing, and it shot up in price. I mean, that thing went woo, way up in price. Mermail, Abyss Lead, Secret Rare. Fool of Prophecy, Reaper of Prophecy, Valkyrie Knight, Pyrex, the Elemental Lord, number 53, Heart Earth, CW Leo Arms, Lightning Chidori, sounds like a Naruto card there. I think it is a Naruto card if I remember right. Gagaga Draw, Quick Booster. Fun fact, I have 3 of this card in Ultimate Rare, but I do not have a regular Ultra Rare version, and thankfully it's a very cheap card, so I can get it on the cheap. Breakthrough Skill, Mermail Abitus, Bonfire Colossus. This card, not from what I can tell, not very good. Artorigus, King of the Noble Knights, and Kick Fire. Alright. So with all that said, I did share with you pretty much all the cards. However, I do have what I like to call the 7 down here, that unfortunately arrived somewhat in a damaged state. So that is a bit unfortunate. I'm just going to go over with you the issues that I have with some of these cards. So first up we have Vampire, Sorceress, and down here you can kind of tell a crease, and it kind of runs up kind of through the bottom of the card there. If it appears up on camera, kind of right there. So it is a bit of unfortunate, and then a little bit of, I don't know, like stain or something like that. But that's easily fixed. This card, Crimson Knight Vampire Bram, I love the art, but if the light can shine, you can see very heavy, like, previous prints on the front of this card. Like, it's very, like, dirty looking. Like somebody was eating a pizza, finished the pizza, wiped their hands on their shirt, and then started touching this card. Oh, I don't want to know how it got this dirty. Let's just put it that way. Clerk looks pretty good, with the exception of the bottom left corner, which is kind of crimped. This one I might end up keeping just because it's not terrible, but if you notice, the bottom left is a bit crimped there. Forbidden Dress has a little bit of damage at the bottom here, if the light wants to show. Just a little bit, and then the bottom left corner, once again, is kind of damaged. So that is a bit unfortunate. Same with Madolce Palooza, just the bottom left corner is kind of crimped on it. Or is the bottom right? No, the top right. The top right corner on this one's kind of crimped. That's not terrible. It's not showing up too much on the screen here. You can kind of tell that corners are a little bit flared. The top right on this one's also kind of has some issues. And this one, the same with Crimson Knight Vampire Bram. It just looks super, like, dirty, like super fingerprinted. Just doesn't look quite right on the edges. If the light will pick it up, you can kind of see like a lot of almost like dirt-like material, and I checked. The dirt areas do not line up with the texture, with the white textures in the background, so it's not just that. So unfortunately, a few cards did arrive damaged, but a lot of these cards here were, for the most part, on the cheaper side, like $1 or less. I can understand that they might not get the best care in the world. And some of them may have happened during shipping as well, so I can't blame everything just on the packing. So with that said, I'm extremely excited to add a lot of these cards to my collection. It fills a lot of gaps in my XYZ Zexal era. And of course, I do plan to get more in the future, just because it's a lot easier to get singles than it is to buy a booster box and hope you get what you want. Well, with that said, this is Booster Box Buster. sharing with you my large Troll and Toad Yu-Gi-Oh! Individual card purchase. Signing out.